nowhere near good enough for Manchester United as we lose 3-0 to Manchester City in, listen, what was a very, very poor performance. And we've seen that throughout. I think Manchester United today thoroughly deserved to lose the game. It's not like against Arsenal, against Fulham, where I thought we deserved the win. It was a game of total dominance for City, and I thought City were there for the taking, to be honest. They lost 2 out of their three Premier League games. I think now this is a huge starting point of the season for them. But let's talk Manchester United. Nowhere near good enough from the start. Limited chances. I don't even really, other than the half chances that Mbeumo had and Sesko had that snapshot, which didn't really come to nothing in the first half. I can't remember Donnarumma really having to make a save. We were nowhere near good enough defensively. One of our worst defensive performances. I think Ruben Amorim got it wrong today. I think taking off the defenders is always something that he likes to do. Like he took off Yoro, he took off Mazraoui. Like he changes a lot of his back five a lot, which is something that is very interesting, has been picked up upon, which I don't think makes any sense. I don't know why you would do that. I thought the defence at a point were doing alright. I think we were, again, you look at the goals we conceded. The first goal, Bruno Fernandes again loses his man. How many times have we seen that already just this season? I think it was against Fulham. Shaw just gets bypassed as well, and he had a very, very poor game for Manchester United. So all in all, I'm very, very frustrated if you're being honest. If you're looking at the game, it was just a countless of errors. And listen, coming off of the international break, yes, it's always been sloppy, and to come back to the Manchester derby is always going to be difficult. But City absolutely outplayed us. They were packing that midfield with players, so United didn't really know who to go with. Doku was coming in, Foden, Reinders and Rodri all packing that midfield. Defensively, again, United were just not the greatest. And I think when we did have our moments, our chances to get forward, we weren't clinical enough. Whether that's with Dorgu putting a cross into the box, he put maybe one good cross into the box out of 5 or 6 opportunities. I don't think Ahmad got forward enough from wing back. Neither did Mazraoui. They couldn't really have an impact in the game. I thought in midfield, again, Ugarte didn't have the worst game, but again, wasn't great for men, to be honest. The ball he played to Mbeumo should have been a split second quicker. But listen, it is very frustrating. And Amorim, listen, if we lose against Chelsea next week, the pressure is definitely going to be on, because that's another defeat now, and not a very, very good performance by Manchester United. You look at going forward, what's going to happen. But again, I thought his team selections were weird. I think, listen, Ugarte's starting to understandable, the legs that he has, but it was weird to kind of see. I just don't think the dynamic of Ahmad and Mbeumo worked as intended, if you're being honest. 2 very good players, but 2 players who like to predominantly operate on the right-hand side, and you can see that they were both drifting over to that side quite a bit. But again, listen, we had decent chances. I mean, Mbeumo had one, but it's the same thing time and time again. A few good performances and then we go back. Like, Amorim hasn't won back-to-back games now in just under a year of managing Manchester United, which is very, very embarrassing. Like 3-0. And the goals, listen, the first goal by City, as I said, Bruno loses man. The second goal, it's just, again, sloppy from Manchester United at the back. De Ligt, it's just a great goal from Haaland, but Yoro gets caught out. There were times where we just didn't look confident in defence. And going into that Chelsea game, I don't see why United don't start Lemons in that game. We have to go out and start him. Not that Binder had the worst game, but like, why not just kind of start him? I didn't think Binder was great. Again, his distribution wasn't that good. United currently sitting 14th, -3 goal difference. Like, it's not the greatest. And yeah, I thought the midfield got absolutely overrun. City were just dominating that. I thought Doku again had a really good part to play. And the third goal was just a series of errors from United. I think it's a sloppy ball from Luke Shaw. I think it's like a sloppy ball from Maguire, and then he's in his own half when he starts to run Haaland, and no one's going to catch up with him, especially not Maguire. And it was just a great slotted finish from him into that bottom corner. I think you can understand where Amorim's frustrations will lie. But yeah, absolutely just a lacklustre performance from Manchester United. The way we set up, everyone looked poor. we did have chances, let's be honest. Remembering the game, Casemiro, he would have been onside, open goal, misses. Burmo, good chance but he was offside, and the other one was a great save by Donnarumma. Like Gary Neville kind of said it perfectly. He said, "I'm not angry. I feel nothing, absolutely nothing," which is far worse. And there's nothing really left to say. Listen, with just 4 points from 4 games, 1-1 draw, 1 lost 2. This is Manchester United's poorest start to a league season since 92-93. And I believe that's when the Premier League actually started. So another record. I thought Mainu again when he came on was alright. Helped us in transition, but he was on the bench. It's just really, really crap. You look at City, they bought in 2 keepers, like 2 very good keepers, one of the best in the Championship last season and one of the best in Europe and in the world in Donnarumma, and you can see it makes a big difference. Listen, City should have had 4 or 5, I think. I think defensively we just weren't great. I can't remember what I was going to say, but yeah, we just weren't great at all. And it was just a very poor performance. Like we couldn't just do anything. And I think defensively Luke Shaw was horrible. The fact that he played the full game is honestly astonishing. You look at the goal, he gets bypassed twice. Bruno again not tracking his runners. Like, listen, I would honestly start Aiden Heaven in the next game. But yeah, just all in all, very, very sloppy for Manchester United. Like we didn't look like we were going to score today, and that is a very worrying thing because the last few games, attacking wise, we've looked pretty solid, to be fair. But yeah, just very, very sloppy from United. And listen, it's not, as I said, City thoroughly deserved the win. They were the better side throughout, and they showed up. Haaland scored a great goals. But yeah, it's absolutely frustrating, and United have only themselves to blame. I mean, what are we actually doing on the training pitch? Yes, we've had an international break, but we literally have 1 game a week now. And I think this is kind of Amorim sacking us out because it just wasn't good enough today. Another defeat for Manchester United. What's that now? 2 out of 4 defeats, only 1 win. Like it's very, very bad, and questions have to be asked. Really, I think his decisions today were poor. I think we could see from the start that sort of the dynamic and attack wasn't working. I think he has to start Mainu. Like Mainu looked very, very good when he came on. But yeah, it just wasn't great at all from any United player, really. The only player who I thought did alright was Mainu when he came on. I thought Ahmad towards the latter stages, he put a few good crosses in and beat his man well. But other than that, I thought Bruno was poor today. And listen, I think Roy Keane said it, if United were going to win today, it was going to be because Bruno turned up, and ultimately he didn't. And how many times have we said that this season? Sesko again struggled in the game to get any output. He had a nice few flicks. He had that one chance. Ball from, I think, Mazraoui, or I can't remember who played the ball to him, on the right hand side. Great save from Donnarumma. But yeah, you look at the difference in quality from City. And yeah, they got the game plan right. They packed the midfield. But let me know your thoughts. Very frustrating. We move from here. Let's see what's next. I mean, it'd be interesting to hear Amorim's quotes. But all in all, a lacklustre performance and totally outplayed by Man City, in all honesty. But let's see.